So today we have a special guest, Maria, who's starting a project called the Motivational Project, where she like informs readers and her audience about motivational tips and strategies and writes blogs on her website. And we're going to be interviewing each other and trying to figure out each other's passion project and you know, getting a feel for each other's work and trying to get more people to be more happier and to be motivated to do so many things that they want to do in life.
Yeah.
So, my first question for you, Maria, is why did you start this motivational project?
Yeah. So, hi everyone. As she introduced me, I'm Maria, and I'm excited to be here. So, basically, I started the motivation project during quarantine, where kind of just everybody was in like this existential slump and not really motivated to do much. And I figured that I wanted to help people, and I wanted to decrease the lack of inspiration that I was seeing in my local community, local and even broader than that. And yeah, so the motivation project just kind of originated, and my partner Ben and I, we currently head the project. I manage the website, and I make more of the executive decisions, but he writes the blog posts, and I record the podcast episodes. And yeah, I'll get more into that later.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Maria.
Yeah. So what about you, Rachel?
Yeah, so just for the viewers who are watching, Maria's also going to ask me a couple of questions too about my passion project. So she can post this video also on her passion on her project too. So um, those so she's going to probably ask me a couple of questions as well. So thanks for asking, Maria. And the reason why I started this project was because I wanted to shed a light to like middle school children, since most of them are heading off to high school. Many do not have the right strategies to kind of ace the class. So I wanted to prepare them like through my project to some of like the strategies and helpful tips that they can implement so they can have a great academic life in high school. So these strategies that I talk about in my passion project, I want them to have a feel for it in middle school so that when they come to high school, they're more prepared and they don't just everything doesn't like just come at them. They have effective strategies to kind of um, you know fly through high school and practice them in middle school. So that's why I started this project.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Middle school, I think everyone can agree, is a particularly difficult time. So, can I ask you another question, Rachel?
Yeah, sure.
So, what do you hope to accomplish with Live Study Hacks? You kind of touched on this, but could you go elaborate a little more?
I mean, I want, like I said before, like I want to make it a place. I want it to be a place that has like a little impact on those middle school children, and I just want them to feel motivated in their academic pursuits. And I mean, like going into school and being in middle school is not the fun thing, studying and everything. It's not the thing that like most people want to do. But if you apply it and you use these strategies and you start seeing results and getting A's on your tests and quizzes, then obviously like it becomes more fun. And I want to like tell people that this is like the secret. This is what you have to do in order to be successful in middle school.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree.
And I have the same question for you, Maria. What do you hope to accomplish with your motivational project?
Yeah, so my partner and I hope to uplift people to make changes in their own lives and examine the world more conceptually and see how they can help improve the world around them after improving themselves. So, yeah, it's just like a community effort.
Yeah, and I have a follow-up question. Like, what is the most fun part of the process for you in making your project?
Yeah, so I head the podcast section of our podcast, and I have to say it's really fun to give people practical advice on like small things they can do that go a long way. Like We had one on food mindfulness most recently for the month of June. And man, like the more I was researching that, the more I realized how much your diet can affect your energy levels, and how by just fixing that small thing you can automatically feel better. So yeah, I love giving people practical advice. What about you, Rachel?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I agree with you. Giving people advice and learning from it in the same process and trying to implement it in your life is also a very fun part of the process. And like, guys, please make sure to check out Maria's podcast and everything, because we're a community, and her stuff. Also, I'm doing something related to motivation. I want to motivate middle schoolers. So those um, who are my audience, please check out Maria's stuff. She has some interesting stuff in there. And I for to answer your question, the fun part of this is just seeing the number of people who watch my videos, and they like talking about something I'm passionate about at the same time, and seeing the views that the people who are watching my videos, like one of my videos hit like 1,000 views. And like seeing that, like all the work that I've done and people are actually getting affected by it, is like I get really happy to see that people are actually engaged and enlightened by my work. So that's the fun part of the process.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
um, so how do you reach out to your audience?
For me, I think like um for most of the project, like I think obviously I have a website, and it's called livestudyhacks.com. And also I also run a YouTube channel, so I post videos there every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Sometimes I don't upload frequently, but those are the days that I have. Yes, and then yeah, so that's how I reach out to my audience. And we're also thinking of um, I want to reach out to my audience also by doing like a boot camp, which I'll be explaining later into the video. And what about
Interesting.
you? What about you, Maria? How do you reach out to your audience?
Yeah, so I also have a website. It's themotivationproject.net. That's the URL. And social media wise, we mainly reach out through Instagram, but we're also sometimes active on Facebook and Reddit. So yeah, tight community.
Yes. Then I have another question for you, Maria. What career do you think you'll pursue? Like, doing this motivation and this project probably help you like have a picture in mind of what you're gonna do in the future.
Yeah, so great question. Whatever I do, I think it's going to be in the field of psychology. But more specifically, I think I'll either be a clinical psychologist, so working with patients, or a neuroscientist who like researches the brain and examines consciousness and other stuff we don't know much about. So yeah, really excited for my future career. What about you, Rachel?
Yeah, something similar. I also want to be a neurosurgeon one day, a neuroscientist, and hopefully start a business one day as well, because I really like learning about businesses. So yeah, neurosurgeon. They seem like a job really cool, and research seems also something that I would like to do in the future. And Maria, um, do you have like, could you give a brief overview on some of the tips that your passion project covers to our listeners about um, like what are some of the things that you talk about, and um, how is that reaching out to people and affecting people?
Yeah, so in the podcast section, we talk about things like how to stop procrastinating, how to eat better, the food mindfulness episode that I was talking about, how to reduce stress, and many other things. And again, these are all just implementable, relatively easy tips that you can improve to make small but significant improvements in your life. And as for the blog section, which is called Sparks of Inspiration, we mainly talk about more philosophical ideas, but we always make them practical. So, for example, my partner Ben, recently for last week's Spark, he wrote about like Buddhism and how even if you're not Buddhist or not religious at all, you can like take some of the lessons we learn from that faith and apply them to your own world to like reach a better sense of calmness and inner peace. So what about you, Rachel?
So for live study hacks, what we do is we reach out to our like we cover some of the things some of the things that we cover are like brain foods, like you talked about, Maria. We also talk about foods and like how the energy level, like something that we also covered in life study hacks. We also did stress management because as middle schoolers, we get stressed last minute, we procrastinate, how to limit that. And then we also talked about self control and the marshmallow test, and we talked about how like those who implement more self control and the have a better future in the long run and see more success in life. So how you can exhibit self control and as a middle schooler and as a teenager, and how as a teenager we get very addictive. And I can speak for myself. I would rather watch a YouTube video than to do my actual like homework. So like saying no to that and then seeing and doing your homework, that's something that we talk about at Live Study Hacks. And talking about our project and everything, we always have an end goal, right? So what is your dream college?
My dream college. Okay, so Harvard or Stanford. And I know those are like the top two schools somewhere up in the rankings, but I myself am pretty competitive. So yeah, I want to make myself proud. And I'm sure you have a similar mission as well, right?
Yes, yes, we go for the competitive schools. Um, we all have. I mean, I know that just to let you guys know, Maria actually works as she has a research position at UC Berkeley, which she works on like with a professor and everything. So like that, that she kind of like motivates herself and everything. So I feel like Harvard and Stanford like is not out of the picture. She could easily get it. And for me, my dream schools are Princeton, Yale, and Harvard. So yeah, going big. Princeton's 10 minutes away. So hopefully, that's a school that I really would like to get into.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you will.
You too, Maria.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any like hobbies outside of passion project that you enjoy?
Yeah. Really, I love to play badminton and I also play the violin. So that's some of the things I do. Um, I, the violin, I really like it. It's super cool. And yeah, I play badminton.
Nice. Yeah.
And what about you, Maria? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I like to play guitar, read books, go on hikes, and write music on my guitar sometimes. So
Yeah, music is amazing.
I agree, definitely.
Yeah, we music just speaks so much. Like whenever I feel stressed out, music just like helps me relax.
Yeah, we had a podcast episode on that, so you can check it out if you'd like.
Yeah, everyone go check out Maria's stuff. She has some amazing things there. Um,
That would be appreciated.
and then my very last question, and I think we can both answer this one. Um, where do you see your project going 2 years from now?
2 years from now. So my project is fairly new, but I do have like a general sense of what I want it to do. And again, that's to expand my reach to like as many people as possible. I'm kind of aiming for somewhere in the thousands and build a community of enlightened individuals, of people who aren't afraid to like do hard things knowing that there's a more promising future ahead of them, and people who want to make the world a better place. So yeah, what about you, Rachel?
Yeah, that I really like that, and I think that's also somewhat that goes with um like what I want to do in 2 years. And I really want to build a community with those around me. And like I explained before, I have a boot camp coming up on August hopefully the first or second week of August. And I really want to start a community with these middle school children through the boot camp, and and I want them to be more engaged, more enlightened. And the whole purpose of the passion project is to limit like suffering for these children and for those around us, for our community. And I want to get more people engaged, and I want it to be like a Tony Robbins like motivational workshop. But but through this, I just want people to get involved and hyped up about their middle school journey. So yes, I want to have some, like 2 years from now, I want to have a community that people are motivated to actually like tackle through questions, tackle through tests, tackle through quizzes, and not feel stressed about it, which is a really big goal, but to feel more relaxed. And that's what I want to do, and reach out to people, and people, talk about feedback and give me feedback. So yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's definitely very essential, very needed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I would just want to thank Maria for coming on to the Live Study Hack channel. And
Yeah.
everyone, please check out both of our our projects, and look at what we have, and we have some amazing advice for you guys. And if you really want to see change, please make sure to check out our project. So I think that concludes it. Do you have anything?
Yeah. And once again, thanks for having me. Rachel, I'm looking forward to what you do in the near future, even not even the next couple years. But yeah, it was very exciting to get to know you a little better.
Yeah, same to you. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you in our next video. And like I said, check out both of our channels. Bye.